Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman, this is my lovely wife Jen. Today we are starting She-Hulk. If you're new to the channel, we've had some issues in the past with not having internet and not being able to stay kind of up to date on everything that's been coming out. We're in a new place, we have internet, so we're trying to get caught back up pretty quickly. We have just finished filming the final episode of Miss Marvel, so if this comes out before or at the same time, just know that those will be coming out very, very shortly. She-Hulk, I'm really looking forward to checking this out. The trailer, we saw the initial trailer together. It looks like it's gonna be pretty fun. How are you feeling going into this episode?
You know, I'm cautious. It's a little bit different from my idea of the Hulk. When I hear the Hulk, I picture the classic. You know, I remember watching the old series of the Hulk.
Oh, Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, and so that is always going to remain in my mind when I hear the word Hulk or the title Hulk. So this is gonna be like a female version of the Hulk. There's nothing wrong with it being a female. I'm just, it's going to be a change or a departure for me. And so I'm very much a person that does not generally like change, but I'm going into it obviously with an open mind as usual. I'm a little cautious, but I'm hoping that I'm gonna like it. I would love to love this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know much about She-Hulk in the comics. In Thor, Love and Thunder, they make Thor this really stupid kind of goofball character. Then they make Lady Thor this, you know, strong,
very sensible.
Yeah, and all that. And Thor is an idiot. And traditionally, in the previous Thor movies, he was much more serious, over serious at times, especially in like phase 1, phase 2. And then so I worry like with She-Hulk coming in, is the repercussion of her being here that Hulk is going to be a wuss, anxious all the time.
I hear you. But my biggest concern with having a female version-esque of that would be that they're going to be trying too hard.
Yeah.
And going to lengths that are going to seem like overkill. And that's a concern for me as well.
Yeah.
So I hear you on that, but I could definitely see them trying a little too hard with this and pushing too much.
I'm open for whatever. I want to be entertained. I don't know much about She-Hulk, so I'm hoping that it's going to be good. I think no matter what, there's going to be a sense of people are just going to hate her because she's a female superhero. I think that definitely exists.
That's horrible.
I mean, it's true. It's just the reality of it. But I also hope that Disney Plus, Marvel, they make her a good character.
I wonder if those people though, like hating on it because she's a female, I wonder if they're like, it was kind of a good show though.
I think it's also in part because it feels like, I know for a lot of people, that you cannot have a good female counterpart superhero without also making the male version less powerful or weak or, less significant. I'm kind of like, well, can't you have Hulk be awesome and also She-Hulk be awesome, you know? So I'm hoping that we don't see that in She-Hulk. I love me some just regular Hulk, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I love the Hulk, just the character and everything that embodies. And so having the female, I don't even know how similar that character is going to be. Obviously, we have the visual of green and whatnot, but we still don't, or I don't know if it's going to follow the same type of blueprint as the Hulk that we know.
Yeah, well, because it's attorneys at law.
Yeah, so she must have some sense of control over this.
Yeah, well, so does Hulk
she's
now,
living, but I'm saying like this series it looks like it's starting out with her like living her life. And so that's gonna be a little bit different. I have found that even in situations where I'm a little nervous or worried about how it's going to turn out, I've ended up loving those movies or those shows. So I'm really hoping that this is an example of that because I think it would be a really fun series if it was done well.
Yeah, well, the trailer looks fun. I've heard rumors that there might be a crossover with Charlie Cox's Daredevil at some point. I don't know if it's true. But I would be totally down for that. But you know what, let's go ahead and just get into it and check out the first episode.
What is
Tatiana.
the responsibility of those with power? The case.
More smiles.
Show them that they will be held accountable. Those with the most power have the most to answer for.
I feel like this is gonna land better coming from me.
I will kill you, and Jen won't prosecute. So I'm just gonna get away with it.
Jen.
It's a conflict of interest.
I almost cried during parts of it. Now you just have to top it off with a savage Jen Walters look.
I don't have a savage Jen Walters look.
That was perfect.
Okay, really? Well, the only hulking out I'm gonna do is in the legal sense.
Oh, Jen.
No.
No, that's not good.
About that, I am a Hulk. And I'm guessing you're not going to be able to focus on this fun lawyer show until you know all about that, so...
Okay, breaking the fourth wall, all right.
Okay.
Because, I made this little device, which you asked me.
So now he's back to normal, Bruce.
What's up with
So you don't get Cheetos for...
That is a real thing.
Cheetos with chopsticks?
Yeah, because it leaves such a residue on your fingers.
Interesting.
Steve Rogers did not have a girlfriend before he went into the service, the History Channel. So he goes from world-threatening disaster to world-threatening disaster. Captain America was a virgin.
Oh, the Cheetos. Hey. Oof. Gonna get an artery stuck careful.
Inhibitor.
Oh, interesting.
Oh no! Wait, what? Maybe because they're genetically similar. That's how you get superpowers and AIDS.
Girl, what happened to you?
Who did this to you? Whoever did this to you does not care about you.
You do not. Here, take these right here.
Yes, and then let's... Can I borrow somebody's phone?
Oh, yeah, girl. Here you go.
It's a very friendly place she's at.
with anyone?
I'm waiting for my ride.
What's your name?
I think my...
Oh, gosh.
Just being friendly.
Yeah, where you going?
So that's her start. Nice.
Oh, I love Led Zeppelin.
Hello?
Far From Home, Spider-Man. Oh, that's cool.
Hello?
Good morning.
You're Hulk again.
Smart Hulk. You never have a choice with these names. This is where I spent the blip fixing myself and integrating the Hulk banner identities. Tony built it for me a few years ago. Tony Stark.
Oh, right. Did we hit a spaceship?
Yeah, it's a car in Class A courier craft. I gotta get to the bottom of that. You know, weird stuff just kind of finds you when you're a Hulk. You got a lethal dose of gamma radiation.
And I'm gonna die?
No, there was more to it that
That is not the sentence to take a pause on, Bruce.
Okay. You're a rare combination of genetic factors to synthesize gamma radiation. I was able to use it to completely heal my arm.
Bit dramatic. Just got my own office. I have business cards.
There is no.
I have business cards.
What?
Pancakes.
You feeling better?
That was really good VFX on him here.
To change the way you live your life.
How am I supposed to do my job?
You can't go back to your job. This is a multi-year journey you're about to embark on. These transformations are triggered by distressed emotional states, so
Put on a Pixar movie. When Ping Pong jumps out of the wagon and inside out.
anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
Jeez, dude.
Plan B for that?
Nope.
No? What do you normally use this chamber for, you psychopath?
Yes, yes.
Why are you talking to me like I'm a stray horse?
Jen?
Yeah?
Hey!
That's about $1 million worth of damage back there, by the way.
Relax.
You know the damage you can cause? Telling you when people start seeing you as a monster that never goes away.
Fine.
Dialectical behavioral therapy. It allows us to hold two opposing truths.
Oh, I thought it was about getting my butt tight as hell.
Jen, I'm your cousin. Just close your eyes and breathe out. Overwhelming feelings of rage.
No! A normal amount of rage!
You got
I wonder why they changed her hair that much. Like when she becomes Hulk.
I don't know. What happens if you were to cut it and then revert it back? I wonder.
Who's your best friend?
Nikki.
Spandex. Not a big deal. All I've been doing is showing you the downsides of being a Hulk. But there are a few upsides. Our bodies metabolize alcohol at an incredibly fast rate. All buzz, no buzz.
It's good.
It's a good time.
Aw.
Hard time.
Failed to mention that I'd still have to deal with a Hulk-sized hangover.
Ah.
So when do you think I can leave?
Let's just focus on each day as they come.
I'm not gonna be a superhero.
I am trying to show you that we can live between what we want and what is.
Here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. When I'm catcalled in the street,
Right?
if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult. So all of this just feels like projecting.
See.
No, I'm doing this.
Okay, this is completely new territory.
Love you, Bruce, but I'm going home. I can change back and forth, and I'm happy to now get back to my life.
Listen, I know you didn't ask for this, but
I'm sorry, the idea of being a superhero is not appealing to me. Hiding away on some remote beach with no friends, no relationships. Why would you want that for me, Bruce? You're a cautionary tale. What do you think you're doing?
I'm asking you to reconsider.
Done. Yes, I've reconsidered. I'm still leaving.
Think you can just say a bunch of mean things like that and then take off?
Yes!
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know about that. She pushed the Hulk into a boulder and with a Jeep. Oh yeah. Thunderclap.
Crackers.
Oh, that's the bar he put together. With Tony.
To go back to your life as a lawyer, I respect that.
He doesn't mean that.
It's doing the same thing.
I'm sorry that I said a bunch of harsh but very true things.
Still doubles down on a thing you're apologizing for. That's very lawyerly.
Yeah, I'm a much better lawyer than I am a Hulk.
Door never closes.
Thanks. And no crazy Hulk stuff since. I was right and Bruce was wrong. And I never have to be a Hulk. Lawyer show.
I ask you, these accidental deaths were an unfortunate byproduct of an ambitious expansion plan.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Oh gosh. Who is she?
In front of everybody? Yes. Yes. Thank you. Who the hell are you?
Jennifer Walters, attorney at law.
This chick just barges in on this courtroom and these powers or whatever.
I'm ready to give my closing argument now.
All right, just finished watching the first episode of She-Hulk. What did you think?
I thought it was okay. CGI for her is a little rough. I don't know why they changed her hair. Like when she transforms into the Hulk. I don't know why they didn't just like keep the hair that she had.
It might have been because of the comic book, in which case I don't know why the Jennifer character didn't have long hair to begin with.
But I mean, other than that, I thought it was a pretty good start. I'm curious to where they're gonna go. And I think that the way they went about her being transformed into the Hulk, I thought that it was the best that they could do. I mean, in this type of situation, to explain that away. I think it's gonna be fun. It's definitely a lot more lighter as far as like the Hulk as a series. I think it's gonna be a lot of like jokey type things. I don't think it's gonna go dark at all, but I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's a good start.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I like seeing the Hulk in the show. It's kind of going the route I was hoping they wouldn't go, where she's better than the regular Hulk. She can transform, she still controls herself, she's nailing all the things that Bruce struggled with, and he just kind of has to deal with that. It's definitely got some of the, that woman power thing going on for them, which is great, but it's hard. I wish they would do it without having the expense of we must lower men as well. Like, for example, she goes on this whole tirade of how, when Bruce is like, you have to make sure you always control your anger. This is crucial. Like everything, any small amount of anger you could transform could ruin your life or whatever. And she goes on this tirade about how a man could never understand what it's like to control your anger as much as a woman knows that. And I'm kind of like, well, I don't know about that.
I think that she's going to encounter issue. I think what they're doing is they're setting it up as she's coming out of the gate right away saying like, oh, I have this, I can control it. But I think as it progresses, I think she's going to run into some issues where she's kind of going to revert back to what Bruce is saying, like, hey, you need to be aware of this, you need to be aware of this, which I would appreciate.
Yeah, I think that they're going to do that too. That's what I would expect.
Right, but it remains to be seen. I hope it won't be as jokey as I'm fearing it's going to be. I need some moments, some intense moments.
Yeah, and some of those jokes didn't land, like when they're doing the thing and she's like, hold in that fart, and up top, that's not really landing for me on these ones.
But I think that, as far as the first episode, with the amount of time that they have, I think that it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was worth the watch.
I think her CGI looks good. Seeing this is like the second time we've ever seen Hulk do the thunderclap, the first one being in the 2008 movie. And of course, she's better at it than him, doing the clapping thing and overpowering the Hulk.
I think that his CGI looks good. I think hers in some scenes look very good, but in other scenes, I think it looks rough. But I can't really put my finger on it either.
It's her face. They haven't gotten her face down right.
Oh.
They've been doing the CGI for Mark Ruffalo's Hulk since 2012, specifically
He
catered
looks
to him.
seamless. It looks perfect for him. I definitely agree with you that it seems like they're still trying to perfect her just right. So
yeah, and then of course you have the other lawyer who's like, I think maybe I should handle the closing arguments. Like you're not as good as it when she's like nailing it, like doing a great job.
Right.
I don't know. I think Disney might be going it's one of those touchy things where we want strong, empowering women, which is great. But there is the sense of like, they must be better and all men must be bad. And I don't know, that's the part I'm not crazy about.
I thought that overall it was good. My biggest complaint with this episode was actually at the end with this random
Very
chick
random, yeah.
that came into the courtroom. Like, who is this lady? Why is she here? If they would have explained, maybe they will explain it in the second episode, but I was just like, what?
Yeah, just like a random person.
So,
random courtroom.
and the chance of her coming through in the courtroom where she is at is just mind-boggling. So that was my biggest complaint. Other than that, I thought it was kind of fun, and the fact that she's the cousin of Bruce and they had this accident and she got his blood into her wound. I thought that was, the best that they could come up with.
Yeah,
so.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to watching more. I know that the general reaction from males that see stuff like this is there's usually like this online wave of guys who are like, this is woke crap BS. I'm pointing out that I don't like how they're handling some of that, but overall, I like the Jennifer Walters character. I like Bruce. I wish they wouldn't emasculate him so much, but I like him a lot together, and I think that you're right. I think that she's like, I've got this, I don't need your help and all this stuff, and I think later on she's gonna really need
Well, and
help.
they're doing that thing that I was afraid of, that they're trying too hard to make it different, and I hope that is not a trend that continues. I'm willing to give them a pass on this first episode, but I'm hoping that it does not continue that way.
And even when Bruce is like trying to help her and he's like, why would you not listen to somebody that's been through this before? And she's like, because we're different people. I couldn't tell if that's like the actual message they were trying to send, but Bruce sincerely cares about her, sincerely respects her. He has gone through this stuff before. He's not a anti-woman type of person. Why would you not like heed his advice or listen to him?
Well, and I'm more talking about like the logistics of the Hulk, like the fact that she's stronger, she is able to control it like right off the bat. I am okay with there being a lot more similarities with the Hulk and She-Hulk. But for whatever reason, I feel like they're like, no, she can't be the same. She has to be different. And I don't want them to continue that. I'm like, it makes sense. Logically, if, they share this trait, it would make sense that they would have a lot more in common. So don't veer off of that too much.
I think from the writer's perspective, they're like, we don't want just a woman Hulk. That's no different at all. She has to be to justify the series. Otherwise, why not just have the Hulk do what she's doing?
Well, I think that even if she was the same, and I'm not saying every single thing has to be the same, but I'm saying logically it would make sense that most of the things would be similar.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
she of course can heal faster than Bruce.
Right.
You know?
So I'm very much like, don't change it too much. You know, we know that it makes sense. Most of everything would be similar. Just tweak one or two things. Don't go overboard. And I feel like, ooh, that's what I feel like they're gonna do.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid of that. I don't want them to do that.
I guess we'll see. I want to see more of the law stuff, to
Me
be honest with you.
too.
One of my favorite parts in Daredevil was like the law and order aspect of it. Maybe, I don't know if Disney is gonna want to do that because I guess maybe more kids probably watch this than watch like Daredevil on Netflix. But you guys, these are just some of our thoughts. We'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments below, so let us know. Like this video if you enjoyed. It does help the channel out a lot. Subscribe. You'll be notified when we post the next videos. We're gonna try and do these weekly, and we're gonna try and stay on top of it. So we're in the process of being caught up on everything. Check out Patreon. You can watch the full reaction along with us, and you also get some of these early. But as of now, that is it. Jen and I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.